if I had to pick my favorite team, like whenever I was young growing up, was the Yankees, obviously just because my dad won the World Series with them. And my mom was pregnant with me at the time, actually. So they always called me like the World Series baby.
Third baseman of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Brian Hayes. Brian, let's start off on the basics, man. I mean, how did you start playing baseball? Who influenced you to start playing this game?
Just kind of, my dad, he played in the big league, so but yeah, I mean, just like my family, we just breed and love baseball, and yeah, I mean, I started playing like organized baseball probably around like 4 or 5, so yeah, I mean, just my family, that's kind of like all we did, but I mean, they never really forced baseball on us. We just loved doing it, and having a dad that played and being able to be around it, be around some great players, and be in certain clubhouses and stuff like that kind of was my influence.
And who did your father play with at the time? And, tell everybody who your father is.
He played, I mean, he retired whenever I was 4, so I didn't really, mine was more after he was done playing, whenever certain teams would come in, like Dusty Baker was one of like his all-time favorite managers, Joe Torre. Whenever those teams would come in town, I would be able to go down in the clubhouse and kind of meet players and come out for BP, like in the dugout and stuff. But yeah, I mean, my dad played with a lot of really good players: Barry Bonds, Ricky Henderson, Gary Sheffield. I mean, there's a lot of guys that he played with. So yeah, just having a dad that played and then 2 older brothers that also were around it. I felt like I was kind of at an advantage from a very young age, just learning how to play the game the right way and learning the game within the game. So yeah, just super fortunate to have a family that loved baseball.
How big was that for you and your, going into your baseball career, taking it seriously, I guess you would say, in high school?
Yeah, I mean, for me, just, I mean, my dad always taught me to like have fun, but at the end of the day, he knew what it looked like to play at the highest level. So, I mean, at a fairly young age, like, he was holding me accountable for doing stuff the right way. And if we were gonna be, and really my mom, she was probably the most tough on us growing up. It wasn't even really my dad, which is funny. But I mean, like my first travel ball team, we used to drive like an hour and a half away in Sugar Land from Tomball. So the time and effort they were putting in, like they would hold me accountable. Like if I was gonna go out there and do it the right way and stuff like that. So which I'm very grateful for, and just to have a support system that I had, and all the knowledge that I learned at a very young age.
And like you said, you're born, raised Tomball, Texas. That's not too far from over here in Houston. Yeah. Growing up, I mean, was the Astros like your favorite team, or how'd that go?
I didn't really have a favorite team. I probably shouldn't say this, but I would say if I had to pick my favorite team, like whenever I was young growing up, was the Yankees, obviously just because my dad won the World Series with them. And my mom was pregnant with me at the time, actually. So they always called me like the World Series baby. But yeah, I mean, I came to a lot of Astro games growing up, and at the time they were really good. Craig Biggio, Lance Berkman, Andy Pettit, Roy Oswalt. Got to watch all those guys come through here from 7, 8. Billy Wagner. There's a lot of names. I'm sure I'm forgetting some names, but. Yeah, there's a lot of good players that come here, and I just remember a lot of times we would come whenever they were playing like either the Yankees or the Giants or the Reds, because of Dusty Baker and Joe Torre. Those were some managers that my dad played for. And so, I mean, most of the time whenever I came, there were really good games, really good players playing, and fortunately got to come out down on the field a couple times and meet guys. And but yeah, I mean, it was just a great experience just growing up, living here, and the Astros were really good at the time. So.
And then two, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you played here in high school at Minute Maid Park, some exhibition games, maybe some showcases. But for you now being a big leaguer, coming for the first time, playing with the Pirates, what is that moment going to be like for you stepping onto that field at Minute Maid?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just like a full circle moment, and it just makes you think about whenever you're a little kid, just roaming the stadium, cheering for your home team. And yeah, I mean, whenever you're a little kid, you're in the stands and you're just envisioning, or at least for myself, I was envisioning myself out there one day in the big leagues, being able to follow my dad's footsteps and being able to wear his number and kind of represent our family, and then also represent whoever it would be that I played for or whenever I got there. So yeah, I mean, it's just a great honor. A lot of people, I'm sure, are going to be here tonight and throughout the series that I grew up with, friends, coaches, all that stuff. So it just kind of makes me think about whenever I was a little kid, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a special moment to be able to step in the box and take third base as a big leaguer here.
How many do you think, guessing of your friends, your family, coaches, if you had to guess a number, what do you think the number would probably be?
I don't know. It's tough. Houston's big, and I mean, there's a lot of people already hit me up, and I'm sure some people that may have not even hit me up, may like not wanting to bother me or anything, and I'm sure a lot of those people are gonna come. So if I had to guess, I'd probably say maybe throughout the series. I don't know about like each game because it just depends on what people have going on. But throughout the series, probably a good 100, probably. Yeah, 100 or so. I mean, some people that I know that play with and stuff, they've moved out of, which they've came to other cities whenever I played and saw me, and I've already seen a couple people that I know. So yeah, just looking forward to going out there and hopefully I can get some hits for them.
Nice. And then playing with Andrew McCutchen, I mean, he's been with the Pirates organization for 11 years. You're lucky to be able to be around him for these past 2 seasons. Tell me, what was that like, being able to be around a veteran like that? Have you learned anything from him? What have you picked your brain, being around him?
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. From when I got drafted, I mean, Kutch had just, I think, won an MVP maybe 2 years before I got drafted. And then I want to say I was 14 whenever they were in that crazy wild card game, or maybe 16, one or the other, or it may have been 2 of them. But yeah, just being able to watch him growing up, I mean, he was a really good player. Just being able to watch him growing up, and then once I got drafted, just being able to watch him in spring training a little bit. I wasn't in big camp until after he was gone, so I didn't really get to talk to him a whole lot. But yeah, just having him back ever since last year just was great. Just the way the fans received him that first home game whenever last year, it was crazy. He got a knock first at bat, and the place just went crazy. So, but I mean, Kutch is super funny. People might not know that, but he's just super funny, super laid back. Yeah, he's an easy guy to talk to, and really just watching him go about his day and how he does things, how he prepares, I think is probably the biggest thing. And yeah, I mean, he's always an open book, open ear for if you ever have questions, or if he sees something, he'll kind of say something or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I could see why he was such a great leader, especially back whenever the Pirates, whenever they were in those playoff races, whenever he was last with us. So, but yeah, I mean, we're just great to have him back, and yeah, I mean, he's just been a great clubhouse leader for us.
I got 2 more questions. One being, Gold Glove, man, last year. I mean, oh, well, you don't have it on you right now.
Yeah.
But the patch, I mean, obviously having that gold patch on your glove.
I actually don't get it because I'm not. You have to be with Rollins.
Oh, with Rollins.
Yeah, to have the patch on it. Yeah.
Oh, so you're with Wilson.
Yeah, I'm with Wilson. Yeah. So.
Well, no one knew that. But anyway, winning that accolade, was there any personal goals in that specific year in 23, saying, you know what, I'm gonna hit for average, I'm gonna win a Gold Glove, maybe a Silver Slugger? Was there any personal goals going into that 23 season that you were looking ahead of?
Not really. Kind of towards the end, whenever I knew I had a good shot at winning it, I was kind of thinking about it a little more. But yeah, I mean, I don't. In the beginning of seasons, I don't really kind of like set out like write numbers down or anything. I just kind of try to go day by day, just do whatever I can to help the team win that night, and then at the end of the year, the stats are kind of what they are. So, I mean, there's always things you want to work on, like you say, or like you work on in the off season and kind of when you get to spring training. But once the season starts, for me, I just kind of just try to go at bat to bat, pitch to pitch type of thing. And at the end of the day, or at the end of the game, like you just reevaluate what you did good, what you could do better, and then the next day is a new day. So yeah, I didn't really like kind of like set a goal to win it. I just try to make every play, and then at the end of the year, if I'm able to win it. But it was definitely something I wanted to win for sure. I won a couple of them in the minor leagues, but I wanted to win one in the big league. So yeah, it's just special to be a part of that group and being able to go meet players at the event that they hold every year. It was awesome.
Where's that award at now, and how was that shirt and that Gold Glove?
I have it right now. I have it in my living room, like by my TV with the minor league ones. But I'm actually building a house right now, and I'm gonna have like a memorabilia room. So I'm gonna have it decked out with all my stuff, and I've been collecting stuff from other players too to have in there.
Nice, man. And then lastly, I mean, baseball is a game of adjustments. This game, either offensively, defensively, it's a game of adjustments.
Yeah.
What has been the biggest adjustment so far in your baseball career, just in life in general?
I think up here, like at the highest level, just I think the amount of information that we have on each other, you can go through, that you have on each other, just like you're saying, you have to just make constant adjustments each day. You got to figure out how they're getting you out and how you want to get them out. So I think just you just got to really hone in on the details with what they're trying to do to you, and then also knowing what you do well and not trying to get too far out of that. And then I think at the end of the day, just having fun. Like sometimes this game's really stressful, especially at the highest level, and sometimes we start thinking about so much instead of just kind of treating it like it's just a little like a game whenever we were a little kid, and playing loose and free, and just letting our athleticism take over.
Awesome. Appreciate it, man. Welcome back to Houston.
No problem.
Keep
Thank
Ryan
you.
Hayes, third baseman of the Pirates.